This month on Mustang Magazine, we hear about Mr. Sweeney's pitching past. We say goodbye to Mr. John Carroll. We learn about life on the farm. And we see what locals did to celebrate the holidays. These stories and more on this December edition of Mustang Magazine.
Hello and welcome to Mustang Magazine. I'm Adeline Janed.
And I'm Stephen Allinger. Mustang Magazine is a show produced by broadcast journalism students at Norwood High School. This month, we bring you stories produced by sophomores in the Level 2 media class.
To start off the show, we head down to the Civic Center to watch some little performers. The Norwood Recreational School of Dance has trained generations of dancers in Norwood. Audrey Scafati and Erin Wagner report in this hometown cover story.
Good afternoon, ladies.
Good afternoon, Miss Paula.
The Norwood Rec Dance Studio has been open since 1984. Instructor Paula Pelagi says there has been a lot of dancers over the years.
I've had many of my former students' children, and it's so great, so fun. And it shows me that they loved to dance. They know the program that we have here.
I've been dancing since I was 2 years old, and so that's over 20 years that I've been here. Only here, that's it. Just because it's what I know. I don't want to go anywhere else.
Pelagi says her studio's approach to teaching is different than other dance studios.
Everybody's under one roof. We categorize you by your age. And so everybody's equal. We all come together as one team.
And while generations of dancers keep coming back to the studio, they say the doors are always open for new dancers. Dance parent Lauren Brent says she loves the environment.
We love it here. From day one, 5 years ago, has been so welcoming to my girls. One of my girls was super duper shy, and I never ever thought that she would get up on the stage and dance like she did.
Instructor Katie Taggart says she enjoys seeing students improve and mature into better dancers.
My favorite part about teaching is watching them grow every day, seeing them get better and better and better.
The studio says they accept all types of dancers, even those with no experience, and joining won't break your bank account.
If you want to just try it, and you can. And we have a lot of girls that have stayed a long time with us because it's affordable from beginning all the way to the dance recital.
The Norwood Rec Dance Studio is open Monday through Saturday from the fall to its spring recital. For more information, go to www.norwoodma.gov. Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Audrey Scafati.
Thanks, girls. Next up, we get to know a teacher from NHS a little bit better. Jim Sweeney, a graduate of the class of '97, has been teaching on the Hill for more than a decade.
As it turns out, he was a pretty interesting past. Rory Kerr and Lars Boothroyd bring us a scoop in this next profile.
So when you do negative b over 2a,
Jim Sweeney is known around school as a math teacher, but if you went to NHS in the mid-90s, you would have known him for an entirely different reason, throwing strikes. In his senior year, Sweeney committed to the College of Holy Cross, where he played D1 baseball for 3 seasons.
So after my junior year at Holy Cross, I got drafted by the Chicago White Sox in the 14th round. And I was with the White Sox for 2 years, and I was in a trade to the Angels for a year, and that's when I ran into some arm problems.
In 2002, he needed surgery to repair an injury to his shoulder.
After the shoulder surgery and rehab, the arm just wasn't what it was prior to the surgery, and had a few workouts, and it just wasn't where it was.
So Sweeney was forced to give up baseball and says he wishes his retirement had been more on his own terms. But not long out of baseball, he finished his degree in economics and pondered his next move.
So I was actually at Norwood High School as a MCAS tutor in 2003 to 2004. And that's what actually got me thinking about teaching, because I didn't have to be a certified teacher, and when I was doing the MCAS tutoring, I enjoyed it.
But he ended up taking a full-time job that next year in the corporate world, working in sales for EMC Dell, a computer data storage company, for a few years. Sweeney said it didn't feel like it was a perfect career fit.
When I went to EMC and was in the corporate world doing sales, I enjoyed it, but I kept thinking about the experience that I had for that year.
So Sweeney reached out to his old AP Calculus teacher, Mr. Carver, for some advice.
That I'm thinking about a career change and going back to maybe teaching math, and he said there were going to be some openings after that year because of retirements.
In the fall of 2007, after earning his Massachusetts educator's license, Sweeney was hired to teach math at Norwood High School.
I love the math, I love the content, but more so the dynamic in the classroom. Love the students, love the interaction, and just kind of new personalities, new students every year.
Sophomore Marissa Silk says Sweeney's baseball past is definitely something students admire.
He treats us kind of as teammates, kind of in a way. He wants to see us do our best, and he wants to be there for us too.
Now in his 11th year at NHS, Sweeney says he sometimes draws on his baseball experiences when he's encouraging students to do their best.
I think in order to play at a pretty high level, I think perseverance and determination are two key factors. Ability and talent take you so far, but I think the perseverance and the determination to keep getting better will apply in baseball and in math and in all subjects and really in life.
And while Sweeney isn't throwing strikes in the major leagues anymore, it sure looks like he's still got a few great lessons to pitch. Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Rory Kerr.
Thanks, guys. Hope no one strikes out on Mr. Sweeney's next test. Now it's time to meet another man who's pretty well known around Norwood, retiring town manager John Carroll. I recently caught up with him before his last day on the job. General Manager John Carroll has been serving the town of Norwood for 39 years, where he's supervised all of the major departments.
As general manager, I supervise most of the major departments in town, like the administrative officer of police, fire, public works, which takes care of all your roads and streets and sewers and water pipes, like the electric light department. That is basically what I do.
And even at 89 years old, Carroll says he enjoys being busy.
I enjoy the grind. I love the grind of coming in every single day, some day accomplishing hardly anything, some days going backwards, but most days going forwards. And you have to kind of love the grind. You have to get up, make your bed, go to work every day.
During his time in Norwood, Carroll has overseen many projects.
The biggest impact I've had is on the littlest project, and that's the gazebo in the center of town, which has become a focus of many, many events. The one I really particularly enjoy is the senior prom, because everybody gathers there with the balloons. It's just absolutely out of this world.
But he's not all by himself in the general manager's office. Assistant General Manager Bernie Cooper has been with him since the beginning. The two of them are known for a lot of projects around Norwood, most specifically the building of the new high school.
And he lobbied and worked with the MSBA, the Massachusetts School Building Authority, to get funding for the Norwood High School project for the new school. It was very controversial at the time, but I think that the results are well worth it.
I really had a lot more to do in the high school than a lot of people might think. I was very active in the committee, and I think helped make a lot of good decisions, and that high school is an absolute gem. It's beautiful.
Carroll says the job isn't what it used to be. The emergence of social media and technology has changed how people and government officials interact.
Things are moving much faster. Years ago, if somebody might write you a letter or call you on the telephone, and you had some time to answer, but now you get an email, or you get a text or something, and people want the answer almost right away.
Carroll is retiring at the end of December and says he hopes that people in the community can appreciate the work he has done over the years.
I'd like to be remembered as a person who was of fairly high moral character, who worked very, very hard, who tried to every single day to make Norwood a little bit better than it was the day before.
We wish John Carroll the best of luck in retirement, and we are thankful for his years of service, one project at a time. Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Stephen Allinger.
Okay?
Good luck to John Carroll in his retirement, and thank you for all of your service to the town.
Next, we introduce you to a Norwood nurse who's assisting people with special needs. And she has some furry friends to help her. Reporters Sahudi Adakari and Dan Gruber explain.
Local nurse Pauline Hegler is known to help people in the Norwood community, but what she's really known for is training golden retrievers.
I've been breeding dogs for about 20 years, training dogs for about 20 years, and have had a doggy daycare for about 20 years. So it's finally just got to the point where my nursing and dog training have come together.
Hegler recently started Golden Opportunities for Independence, a nonprofit organization that pairs service dogs with local residents in need.
We breed, raise, and train golden retrievers for people with disabilities. We service our community with these dogs, and we utilize our community to help raise and train them.
Sunshine, come on, puppies.
3-month volunteer coordinator Tom Smith says that Golden Opportunities trains dogs to help people with a variety of medical conditions. Tom also struggles with some physical issues of his own. However, that does not impact his love for the job.
Rewarding. I mean, who doesn't like puppies, right? And, when you see some of the, really medically challenged folks that come in here and the effect that these puppies have on them, I mean, it'll just bring tears to your eyes.
And Tom isn't just a typical volunteer, he's also a client. The couple adopted a pup after his wife was diagnosed with amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, a neurodegenerative disease that affects nerve cells in the brain and the spinal cord.
It's kind of interesting. Golden Opportunities had a batch of puppies out at the fire department, just doing kind of like, socialization. And I flipped through it, but one of the tags they had was ALS, and that's when my wife was just freshly diagnosed. So I just immediately, took a quick look at it and says, well, I'm just going to apply, and I did, and the timing was just perfect.
Although both Pauline and Tom say working at Gofi can be difficult at times, the end goal is what makes it worthwhile.
I mean, it takes a lot of money for, feeding, for, vet bills, for, the puppy pads. So, constantly, trying to raise funds to make sure you have the necessary, equipment and materials on hand to, do a good job. Volunteers, a lot of people like the cute factor, but, the reality is when you have to start, getting dirty and cleaning up dog poop and whatnot, sometimes it's not as pleasant as, you see on Facebook.
As much as you raise them, you train them, in the back of your head that they're not going to be with you forever, but it's definitely bittersweet. And so that's my goal, is to get it so that when we're standing in a room, the puppy will go to, or the dog will go to their recipient as opposed to me. And then I know it's not my dog anymore.
For more information on the organization and what you can do to help, check out www.gofidog.org. Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Dan Gruber.
Thanks, guys. I think we have a lot to learn from animals. Recently, I caught up with a local teenager who's caring for animals at a 4-H farm in Sharon, Massachusetts. 13-year-old Cassandra Marcus has been a part of the 4-H program in Sharon since she was 5 years old.
4-H is kind of like a community thing where you work with farm animals and learn about agriculture. I've worked with the rabbits, poultry, sheep, goats, and when the cows are around in the summer through spring, I work with them.
There are certain animals that Cassandra prefers to work with.
Currently, I am working with the goats, and this is my, 3rd year. I really like working with the goats. We have to brush them. Sometimes we have to walk them and clip their toenails. It's not very fun, but it's to keep them healthy.
Cassandra participates in the 4-H program with her father, Kurt.
It's just a miracle that we happen to move to Sharon, and this is one of the great 4-H programs in the area.
Cassandra and her father both agree that the 4-H program teaches children life skills.
I think it teaches responsibilities to young kids, especially if they have trouble paying attention or something, or having their priorities straight. Taking care of animals might help them with that.
It instills good ideologies about being a good citizen and, most importantly, being a good member of the community.
The program has inspired Cassandra to potentially pursue a career with animals.
I feel it's given her like a goal in life very early, because she said she definitely wants to work with animals in some capacity. And already we talk about going to an agricultural university of some sort.
I definitely want a career with animals. Working on a farm, you know, being busy with my hands, like I think that would be great for me, and this is like teaching me what I need to know for life.
4-H is always looking for new members.
If you want to know what it's like to work on a farm, and like if you don't want to just like sit around all day, this is definitely something that would be good for you.
Best of luck to Cassandra in her future career with animals. Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Adeline Janed.
4-H! Wow, great story.
Thanks, Stephen. And special thanks to my partner, Sophia Saratori, for helping with the story. Students can also find more information about the 4-H program by visiting 4-H.org.
Now, let's change things up a bit. It's basketball season, and even though the varsity team is poised for a great run, there's a group of JV players putting in overtime to build their skills.
And they found the perfect place to practice after hours. Sean French and Connor Sheehan report.
If you're ever at the Prescott Elementary basketball courts after school hours, you might see basketball player Aiden Pryor honing his skills.
It's very accessible to me because I live just a couple of streets away, and you know, it's a great quality courts. You know, great rims, great nets, great everything. I just love it.
In rain or shine, Pryor says he and his teammates are always at the Prescott.
Cold, rain, hail, sleet, snow. I'm here every day of my life. You know, this is the grind season. This is where all the real ballers come to play. So nothing can stop me from grinding here.
I do come here often. I come here about every weekend, and I come here to play basketball and get better.
Coming here every summer, every day, every hour. It's just like a home to me.
And even though they're not playing established games at the Prescott, the players say the pickup games they do play are meant to push them to get better.
The games get extremely competitive. I'm playing against my friends, so it's always going to be a good one. I feel I have gotten better since I've been coming here, working on my game, playing with some of my friends, and it definitely makes my game a lot better.
And because the Prescott courts also have lights, players say it's not so hard to get the games going. 3-point specialist Will Gamble says he's game anytime he gets the call.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, coming here every day, just playing the same sport every day, it's kind of just muscle memory now, and I feel like it's just digging it in.
Once the games get going, the players say they'll celebrate after making a great move.
The N1 Hoodie Hezzy Mellow, that's typically my favorite. You know, I've been known to do that. I've also been known to hit some clutch game winners in people's faces and then point to the ice in my veins afterwards.
The Prescott is a lot more than just a court to these players.
It's just a great group of kids who love to play basketball, love to work on their game, just love to have fun, and the Scott is just the perfect place to do it.
And now with the basketball season in full swing, come out to the NHS Gymnasium to see if their Prescott workouts paid off. Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Connor Sheehan.
Shout NHS update, boy.
Next up, we go from the courts to the ice, where we meet a set of twins who play on the varsity hockey team.
And we get an all-access look from their very own sister, who happens to be on our reporting staff. Here's Allie Giambanco and Delaney Reardon with the profile.
Austin and Aiden Reardon are fraternal twin brothers, and while twins do share a lot of traits, people that know them best say, for these two, not so much.
Austin is more like me, more reserved, more focused, neat, calm, precise. Aiden, on the other hand, is pretty much just fly by the seat of his pants, do whatever you want, and also very indecisive.
And while people say that they're different, there is one thing that is the same, their passion for hockey.
We played together every year, except for 1 year we played on 2 different teams and played against each other. That got a little interesting, but
if we didn't really have hockey, then I don't know if we'd be as close as we are. I mean, we can both talk hockey all day long.
Hockey may be how they relate to each other, but they are still brothers, and things can get chippy at times.
We argue a lot, but that's just brothers, I guess. We figure it out, so it's fine, it works. We don't usually fight on the ice, at least physically. I'll give him a look and he'll know what I mean. We'll argue, but that's it.
Well, I think the competitiveness probably started when we were young. I had to learn how to skate first, obviously, so I think we always try to get better and better and better.
Their mother, Carrie Reardon, says that in the beginning she wasn't sure hockey was right for the twins.
When they were 4 and I put them on the ice down at the pond, they would scurry over to each other in the middle of the ice with the walkers and cry, and stand there and cry together on the ice.
But these days, the twins are part of the starting lineup on the varsity hockey team.
I play defense, he plays goalie.
Like, it doesn't matter if we're in practice, if it's a scrimmage, if it's a game, doesn't matter. We're going to play as hard as we can and we'll do anything to win.
Come see the twins in action at a game this season. Reporting from You Staying Sports blog, I'm Delaney Reardon.
Members of the Global Citizenship Program, like myself, have been reaching out to teenagers all over the world. Here's Kevin Sisk and Will Levesque with our story.
The Global Citizenship Program at Norwood High School has found a way for students to travel the world without actually leaving the classroom.
We've worked really hard to come up with what we call travel equivalencies so that kids can still get the benefit of interacting with other cultures and countries without necessarily having to be there.
Last month, Cindy Durain, the Global Citizenship Program coordinator, gave a team of students the chance to show the world what GCP is about.
I felt like I really knew what I was talking about and that I was excited to talk to all different people.
Using an online communication service, Allinger and Haglund, the presenters, shared their presentation at a virtual education conference.
Over the platform, it was just they could only hear our voices, they couldn't see us, so but we presented to, there was about, I think the highest at one point was 24 people watching.
This presentation was basically kind of just showing all the virtual and foreign travel that we've done.
After the teacher introduced the overall concept of GCP to the audience, Haglund and Allinger began their presentation based on GCP's involvement in the community.
We talked about different projects and different Skype sessions that we've had with people and projects that students have done in the past, and then we talked about global nomads.
Allinger says their main goal was to inspire other communities.
It was really different because we were presenting to people from all over the world and showing them what we've done just in our small town to engage.
Stephen also says that because of technology, it's easier to communicate on a global level.
Virtual travel is a whole new playing field where you can be in the GSU lecture hall right here and be talking to kids from all the way around the world, and that's just incredible.
Durain and her students say that when people communicate, it can change the world.
That sort of experience transcends the classroom. You have to think on your feet, and you really truly become an effective communicator.
GCP members really get to open up their perspective on the world, and open up their point of view, and become more diverse and culturally accepting people.
The Global Citizenship Program says it plans on having more virtual exchanges in the future and encourages people to get involved in their community. For now, reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Kevin Sisk.
Thanks, guys. I really enjoy being part of the Global Citizenship Program, and I look forward to more projects in the future.
Citizenship and finding ways to connect with one another is an important part of a civil society. But sometimes, no matter how hard people try, they just don't see eye to eye. In this next story, we meet two students who can't seem to agree on a very important issue, shoe style.
Fashion reporters Gianna Veely and Jenny Carroll get to the bottom of the Croc controversy.
I really love them so much.
Crocs are absolutely disgusting.
I've always liked Crocs since, honestly, the minute I first saw them, which was when I was just a young child.
I've never ever liked Crocs. They are the worst thing about Earth.
Crocs are a rubber backless clog with an optional strap. When you ask students for their opinions, it turns into a debate.
Really comfortable shoe, and they just look good with everything.
I don't like Crocs because they're the worst option for shoes.
A big part of the controversy are the holes on the top of the shoes.
They don't look good. Literally, who voluntarily wears shoes with holes in them?
I feel the holes in the Crocs are the best part because then you can put your fun gibbets in them, which also helps them represent you as a person, just adds the extra fanciness to them.
Gibbets are a gem that goes into the holes on the Crocs to add a personal touch. The gibbets vary in size, shape, and color.
My dream Croc collection would probably be one of each color and the ones with the fuzzy on the inside so my feet don't get cold. And the gibbets I would like would probably be letters to spell my name and a star because I'm a star and so are Crocs. So.
But in 10 more years, will Crocs still be popular?
They think that it's funny. I think no one actually thinks they look good. I think everyone wears them as a joke, and it's not a joke because I'm not laughing.
Honestly, I feel bad for them because they just don't seem to understand the beauty of the Crocs, and I feel like when people are hating on Crocs, they're really hating on me and my lifestyle.
They're gonna regret it when they look back at their yearbook photos and they're wearing Crocs.
I think I'll wear Crocs forever. I will probably be wearing them on my wedding day.
Rigby says that the shoes are a form of fashion for those who wear them.
I just think they're such a beautiful fashion statement that I always need to be representing that.
If you're ever looking to stir the pot, bring up Crocs. Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Gianna Veely.
Thanks, girls. I'm not sure people will ever agree on Crocs. And now that it's winter, it's hardly an issue.
The holiday season is in full swing, and Norwood residents are showing some great spirit. Recently, they kicked off the season with a holiday extravaganza.
Reporters Nona Gregorian and Matt Shalmo bring us the story.
The holiday season is upon us, and the town of Norwood is gearing up for the festivities.
Today we're having the holiday extravaganza. I'm the program director, the recreation. We are in charge of the petting zoo, all the activities that you see in the Civic Center, as well as just the recreation side of the event.
A lot of activities were set up throughout the common for all children to enjoy.
There's the reindeer dash where there's like 3 different age groups and they all do like a run around the common. There's hay rides where you go around all around Norwood to look at the storefront because there's a competition. And there's face painting and crafts in the Civic. There's reading of Christmas stories. The Magicals are singing. And then the holiday lights are being lit up by Santa and Mrs. Claus.
Families get to enjoy a nice day out together with their kids.
I think it's like just a really well-run event. Like a family gets to get out for the afternoon, no matter how old the kids are, how young the kids are. There's events for everyone, and even the parents enjoy it, just like going around Norwood on a hay ride or listening to stories. It's just like a fun day out. It's a well-run event.
The goals for the event are to get as many donations as possible, and organizers say that the more people involved, the better.
We have a big fundraiser is actually Bernie Cooper gets the Norwood Bank to donate, so that's our big fun person for this event. We also do have the Norwood Amateur Radio Club that helps volunteer with the horses outside, so that's a big thing for us, keeping the people safe while they're on those horse rides.
The employees of the Civic Center had certain roles in making sure all of the events were running smoothly.
I'm just kind of helping out, like with all the little kids, helping with the reindeer dash, making sure they're running the right way.
Norwood pre-K student Coleman Cormier said he was looking forward to the event.
I do not like waiting in line. I did the race and the hayride and the petting zoo. I'm going to stay for the parade too, but I haven't done that yet.
Organizers say the event was a great success and they're hoping it will continue for years to come. Reporting from Mustang Magazine, I'm Nona Gregorian.
Thanks, guys. The extravaganza is always a great time for people to come together.
And that brings us to the end of this December episode of Mustang Magazine. From all of us on the crew here at NHS-TV, happy holidays.
And to see more stories like these, visit us online at www.mustang.media or hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or Snapchat. See ya. Thanks, guys. I really enjoy being part of the Global Citizenship Program, and I look forward to more projects in the future.
Okay, please stop that right now.
I really enjoy being part of the Global Citizenship.
Okay.
Thanks, guys. I really enjoy being a part of the. I did it again. I'm sorry. Fashion reporters.
Why did you stop?
I'm sorry. I kind of blanked out.
Dancers in Norwood. Audrey Scafati and Erin Wagner report in this hometown cover story. Why are you laughing? Oh my god!
Are you guys done or?
I thought we were done.